Hello and welcome to Law and Order SVU here on FANVERSATION. I'm Yael Tygiel. This is Taylor Gates. Hi, Taylor.
Hello.
Hello. We are talking season 24, episode 19, Bend the Law. If you or your loved one is in need of help, please reach out to RAINN. Their number is 1-800-656-4673, 1-800-656-4673. Taylor, what does 4673 spell?
It spells hope. And if your loved one is choking, call 911.
Good call. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Speaking of,
if your loved one is this guy, don't call 911.
All right. Well, if you have never watched SVU or listened to SVU before, consider this your content warning. It's a content warning. We're going to say some shit. We're going to make some jokes. We're going to say something that crosses a line. Mm-hmm. Consider this your warning. Let's jump into it. Taylor, what did you think about this episode?
So I went into it and I was like, this is going to be boring. Like, we had some guy at the club. I don't care. Like, I didn't ask. And then we got Miss Alice Wolcott, novice skeet shooter, pulling out that shotgun. And I said, suddenly I am interested. Suddenly I'm here for it. And then it just got really good and I really liked it. But I have to say, my expectations for the first couple of minutes, low. And then I had a blast with the main storyline.
I think that is such an accurate description. Yeah, all right. So here's the quick cap. Carisi must tread carefully when Maxwell's husband becomes a person of interest in an SVU investigation. Benson sends Velasco to take an old friend into custody. We'll talk about that crap later. Friends, thank you for joining us. We have people already chatting it up in the live chat. Hello, Lizette. Hello, Alexa. Hello, Doreen. Hello, Strong Girl Army. Oh, man. The main case. I'll say this. Alice, fucking golden.
Legend.
The queen. Amazing. Okay, so the main story started out, and it reminded me of the priests with Tucker's cousin, and I was like, we've already fucking done this, but I like where we went. I like where we ended up. So that was great. But I also was like, we've already done this, and so I kind of wanted something different, but also like it was unnecessary and inconsequential to the actual stuff that happened, you know? Yeah. The shit we loved had nothing, like, who cares? Great. There's also that other case, but really, oh man. Yeah. Doreen says, pulling that rifle out for a coat. Hilarious.
I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming. And I am so pleasantly surprised. Let's do it. Like, let's do this.
When she showed up and I was like, there's something in her coat. And I was like, what could it possibly be? And I did not expect like a giant shotgun. Stronger Army says, wasn't a fan of this episode. The other rifle was fun. Yes. Not a fan of guns, but that was great, guys.
Agree. Like, let's just be okay. I mean, everyone I think knows this if they know anything about us. Like, I'm all for gun control. Like, I think that it's such an epidemic right now. However, we'll make an exception for Alice Wolcott. No conflict pride, just Alice Wolcott. Okay.
Beautiful. Nice, perfectly said. I would wear that shirt.
Is that merch?
Noted. No cops at Pride. What's the second half?
Just Alice Wolcott.
Okay. Noted. I think my favorite part was she walks in with a shotgun and he's like, calm down, you're hysterical.
Dude,
shut the fuck up, dude.
I can't. And she really wasn't. Like, she was fine.
She was so calm.
And honestly, good for her for shooting him in the dick right after that.
Harold!
Harold!
Where are you? Anyway,
she was like having the time of her life, that actress. Good for her.
All right, friends, that is Anna Hallbrook. Anna Hallbrook, you are the MVP of this
Anna,
episode.
I'm obsessed with you, girly. Okay.
Oh my goodness. So fucking funny. I'm making all the notes. Okay. Let's give some other actor shout outs. Where's Harold? Harold is played by Matthew Rashid. Dean, another guy, is played by Bob Gallagher. Francis, there was a line about Francis that made me laugh, played by Win Harmon. Francis, my line for Francis was when he says, "You barely look old enough to be a cop, but older than 15, right, Francis?"
Yeah, so good.
Fucking Francis, everybody. And then the big one we have to talk about, who played Roger, is Tom Irwin, Friends. Not only a repeat offender, but how dare they bring him in after such a brilliant performance in Bombshell.
I was gonna say, I was like, I've seen that guy so many times. Like,
how dare you disgrace Bombshell? Iconic.
Yeah, iconic. But he was pretty great in this episode too, I can't lie.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes, and it's been happening, I think, this season, sometimes when we bring a repeat offender that was in like such a memorable episode and they were such a big part of it.
Yeah.
It like bums. I'm like, you're disgracing that memory, which is such a weird way
to getting their bag. Like, let them get more coins.
I know, you're right. Get paid.
Yeah.
I think I finally understand why fanboys cried about Ghostbusters, in that it had nothing to do with anything that they were upset about, because that's how I feel. I finally understand it. It doesn't negate anything. It doesn't affect anything, but that's how I feel.
No, I just pretend he's his twin brother or something.
I'll allow it. Twin brother.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Good call. Thanks for fixing that. Mr. Vanilla. Nicely done, Doreen.
Classic.
Jerry Billard. Okay. Fuck. What a fun.
What a time.
What a fun fucking adventure that was. I want to jump to the end. I want to jump to the end. The conversation between Maxwell and Benson. Actually, before that, I will say her defending him and being on his side and supporting, and then as soon as she was like, nope, switching over and being like, no, I'm not pretending. Loved that. Did not expect it. Thought we'd get another Stand By Your Man, open your eyes, blah blah blah. But no, she was like,
such a disservice to her character. So I'm glad that they didn't go that route.
Agreed. And I'm so impressed. And I think that it should be noted and appreciated that was such a good handling of the situation.
Agreed.
Now let's talk about the conversation at the end. I did not get a chance to go back and check this fact, but I'm almost positive that we are quoting ourselves or each other.
Yes, I noticed that too. Again, I didn't check it either, but if both of us are like having that inkling, it's an echo from that case with the little girl shot the guy that was like holding a bunch of them like hostage, which is a great episode too. I think it was earlier this season.
It was this season, yeah.
And
Doreen says it was verbatim.
Yeah, now they have like dirt on each other, which is so interesting. And like we talked about this last week, how we don't like love it when there's like a personal element that gets continued, but this is fascinating to me and I'm here for this part.
I agree with you 100%. Doreen in the chat says it was verbatim and points out the steps we take was the episode. And Alexa's the delivery of those last lines was badass. Totally. I agree. I remember when that happened and I went, this has to come back. Mm-hmm. And the way that it came back was unexpected. And I love it. I love that so much. Because you know what I thought? I was like, oh, this has to come back and bite her in the ass and blah, blah, blah. But the way that it paralleled, Brilliant. You know what? For an episode that wasn't our favorite, brilliant writing this episode.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I will say, like, 70% of this episode was like one of my favorites, and we had 30% that was like, okay.
I think we love this. Most of this episode we loved, we enjoyed, we had a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would ever have thought to put this on my favorites list. It's no Send in the Clowns, and it's no Presence of Absence.
You're right, but it
or
really
Babes.
like took something that could have been like and dialogue made it pop, made it sing. Okay.
Yes, agreed.
I don't usually love it when we have like, oh, this person's so powerful, we have to be so careful. Usually I feel like that's such an annoying, boring, and stupid thing, because it's like they're there to follow the law too. Like, this is so dumb. Right. But this one I thought it was fun, and I liked the drama it caused.
Yeah, I honestly learning so much more about Lorraine Maxwell was really interesting. Having her part of the investigation and Carisi, I guess, walking on eggshells was something. Yeah, I'm into it. Her watching him die, loved it.
Here's the thing. I loved that scene. However, I'm wondering if it would have been a more powerful episode if we hadn't seen it and there was some
doubt,
question about whether, like, what happened. Because we get that skeptical, like, aspect with Olivia. She's like, did this girl poison? Like, what actually happened? Because that is so sus. Like, that's such weird timing. So I don't know. I'm like, I wonder if it would have been like more interesting if we didn't see it, but I did really like that scene, so I'm glad we had it in there.
Interesting. I like that we saw it. I like that we know what happened. I like that we saw her let her husband die. Yeah, I honestly, I like, she's been fine this episode. I love Lorraine Maxwell.
There's nothing I could do.
Okay. I did everything I could.
Okay. Nothing. I just love how it happened right after he's like, your ex-husband was right, like, to abuse you. And she was like, oh, karma sucks. Like, it's right after that. I was like, that was the universe being like, fuck you, man. Like,
100%. Honestly, I think what was so interesting is to find out about her first husband, and then to have the small conversation where she says to Benson, am I somehow to blame for all of this because she's paying for her husband to live?
Yeah.
And Benson saying that wasn't your fault, and neither is this. Ooh. So good. I like seeing them together and talking.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Which is their scenes are so intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their scenes.
And I like how it's not like, it's kind of a gray area, because they're not like antagonizing towards each other. Like, they're not enemies, but they're like, they keep that distance. Like, they're not besties either. So I feel like it's such an interesting dynamic. And then, of course, yeah, with those last lines, like, you'll see how heartless I can be if this ever comes back to haunt me. I just love how they each have something on each other now. That's so fascinating to me. And I don't know, like, part of me is cool with, like, leaving it there, because it's just, that'll always be hanging back. But I don't know if that ever somehow comes back, that could be really fun too.
I agree with you. As fun as it would be, I think that, like, we have this, they're both, it's mutual. What is it? Mutually assured destruction.
Yeah.
Like, nicely done. Doreen says, two great actresses, great scenes together. Alexa says, love the way Maxwell leaned back casually in the back of the furniture before calling 911. Yeah. Yeah. It was great. It was really, really good. Let's talk about the other thing.
Okay.
Because what is it? Doreen said, I even didn't mind Velasco and Churlish, and Alexa agreed. I like Velasco a lot better with Churlish. Okay.
Sure.
Listen, the whole Velasco Churlish, really the whole Velasco storyline feels like I'm watching organized crime. And maybe that is why I am so behind in that one, because I don't care to watch it, because that's not what I want for my show.
I also, okay, this is really, I've had some hot takes about this whole storyline. Okay, am I remembering correctly that his boy Chili was also forced into,
Yeah.
what was it called? Hitman camp or whatever.
Yes.
Hitman school. Okay, so he's
Yes,
forced into it, okay?
They're children.
He didn't want to be doing any of this. He didn't want to. How many years after that happened is this? Like 10 or 20 at least?
Sure.
He's clearly a different person now. Like, he has changed, I think. He's a teacher. He has kids. He's not really doing anything horrible now. I don't know. Part of me's just like, let it go. Literally, let it go. Like, because here's the thing. And, like, I'm going to get more serious right now. But, like, the prison system is supposed to, like, rehabilitate people, right? That's the point of it. He feels pretty rehabilitated to me. So we're just going to, like, put this guy in jail and whatever to punish him, whatever. Like, make him do something else. I feel like that's just so... I don't know that he needs to go to jail. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Maybe that's such a hot take, but I don't know. I just leave it alone.
I'm not disagreeing with you on all of that. I'm going to give some shout outs before we talk about it. Chili was played by Joseph Castillo Midyet, and Chili's new wife, Elle Santini. I'm going to be honest. First of all, when they were like, Elle Santini is sending money, I went, what does the L stand for?
Right.
Not the name L.
I was like, L, like the in Spanish?
I definitely thought the letter L, like L period Santini, because they were like, we found wire transfers. And I was like, okay, so like Lauren, Leslie, what's the L?
Hello.
My mistake, everybody. And the actress is Kalina Mai. So give those shout outs right there. I will say I agree with you. I think that you're right. Like, theoretically, we're supposed to, well, I guess prisons are supposed to rehabilitate. That's a question whether to ask whether that is the case or not. But you're right. This man has been rehabilitated. He is no longer in this world. He is giving back. He is helping children. That said, there are more. Now we have evidence of more murders he did. So like, sure, the first one, we know the circumstances, but more so. Also, I'm going to ask and let somebody else Google it because I'm tired. Is there a statute of limitations on murder? I don't think there is.
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, why are we pushing? Like, I don't know. It just seems like he's teaching kids now. Like, let it go.
I could even accept that, like, you know, we want to give the victims closure. We want to tell them what happened. Fine. Go into a whole conversation about restorative justice. That'd be really interesting. Right? Like,
yeah.
Why don't we go that direction?
I almost feel like, oh, there was other murders in other states. Like, it's kind of a cop-out. You know what I mean? So they didn't have to do that. He's a bad guy. See, like, I don't know. I feel like the more interesting choice is he's not. He was kind of forced into the same circumstances as Velasco, but he pulled the trigger. Because they'd both be dead if he didn't pull the trigger on the other guy. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we're simplifying this so much, and it's not that simple.
Yeah, so let's talk about what everyone's saying in the chat. Doreen says, Ben's just with the USB interdiction. She ain't going to do anything with it. So very good point. I like that she was like, I'm going to listen to it, and then I will decide if I'm like, you have to pass it along to the other people. That said, he illegally obtained this recording, so it's useless to the cops. But thank you to everyone in the chat. There's no statute of limitations. Thank you, Lizette. And Doreen, murder has no statute. Thank you. Doreen points out, wasn't Velasco on the phone with Benson when Chili's wife said to get in the car? Yeah. Yeah, that is what happened. Honestly, when he's on the phone and she's like, get in, I expect him to be like, I love you, sweetie, or something, so that like it tips her off, but it went in a other direction where he just took the gun away from her and they cry.
What was it? They should have pulled a oh my god, zebras, where it's talking about they were talking about sushi.
Sushi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and raw fish? Come
Nice.
on, Velasco, learn the tricks.
Yeah. Say bing bang bong. She'll know what it means.
Anything wrong, she will know.
Oh, friends, don't worry. This summer we're gonna talk zebras.
Wow.
It's on the books. Strong Girl Army says, this is from earlier, Hitman High School coming this spring.
And I will be watching and I'll be tuned in, okay?
Absolutely.
Hitman
Oh
High School,
man.
baby.
I'm into it. Yeah, I think the like Churlish and him situation, the fuck was all that?
They better not be. I hate it. Here's the thing. I hate it whenever like my mind automatically going to whenever there's like a male and female friendship on the show, but like they always be doing shit like that. So can you blame me? Except they don't do it to the things that I want. Like you will do it for everybody else under the sun, but the people I actually want that, you play me. So whatever. I'm shipping Churlish with Muncie's brother still.
Yes.
Who like is kind of just a different version of Velasco a little bit, if we're being so honest.
Yeah.
That's her type, I guess.
Sure.
But no, I don't want that.
I agree with you. I think that it's very obnoxious the way that shows kind of tease this potential of a ship, specifically to like see how audiences respond anytime there is a man and a woman together. And that bothers me as someone who likes to ship a lot of people with the same gender and with people that it doesn't make sense.
Right? Like why aren't you shipping the two girlies automatically? Why aren't we having an Olivia Maxwell tease?
To be fair, if we're doing an enemies to lovers with Muncie and Churlish, you know what though? It is, listen, enemies to lovers is my absolute least favorite situation.
It's gonna be me. I love it.
Obviously. But from Muncie Churlish ship, I could put aside my feelings.
They both kind of have bi energy to me, frankly. Like in a different way. You know what I mean? They have some bisexual energy.
Everyone has, I don't know.
You're right. I've said this before to Yael at least. I don't know if I've said it on air, but I just assume everyone is bisexual until I've proven wrong.
I mean, I assume even when proven wrong.
You're like, well,
we're all cool. Oh man. I mean, if we're not, we will be.
I'm not even bi, but I just assume everyone is.
Right.
Until they told me they're not.
Doreen says, I need more Bruno. We had plenty of Bruno in this episode. I love Bruno. I want more Bruno on the show. I want Bruno to replace Velasco. And I would ship Bruno and Muncie, but that's a me thing. I'm sure no one else agrees.
That's not for me.
It's for me. I know he's real holding on to his ex.
It's kind of giving me, in a little bit of ways, like Walmart releasey. Sorry, I don't even like Chanel releasey sometimes.
I love these metaphors, and also I would have accepted just Walmart, not even Walmart releasey. They're just Walmart.
They're Walmart releasey though, because it's like the girl who's like a little bit wild and the guy who's like more dependable and stable. And I'm like, I'm tired of it.
I see.
Give me two wild girlies. Or
I was like, you think Churlish is wild?
I feel like she has the potential to be. Well, yeah, or a dependable girly and a wild girly.
I think Muncie could help Churlish relax a little.
I agree. Oh my god, I need them to smoke a joint together so bad. Because she's not gonna drink. But I could see her getting high. Yeah, maybe. Or it's an accidental pot brownie situation or something.
She's already been accidentally drugged.
That's the thing. Oops. She'll go out and pee in the cup again and prove it. Did you notice she was drinking water with lime this episode?
I didn't notice the lime, but I did notice the water.
I would never be eating limes again. You are bold.
It's too soon. It's too soon.
I was like, you are so crazy. Like, you better have trusted that somehow. Like, brought somebody to the bar and so you made sure. I wouldn't be trusting the limes.
Same.
I'd be squaring them off.
I once heard a terrible thing about lemons, and now I will never allow a lemon in my beverage.
Okay, we'll share it with the class.
I heard that the lemons at a bar has the most germs of anything at that bar.
That makes a lot of sense. I heard literally when I was in elementary school. Okay, this is so gross, but I feel like everyone needs to hear it. Maybe I'll change everyone's life. I heard that there was once so like a can of Coke or whatever, Diet Coke, if you're Yael, that there was that they tested for, there was like rat feces on it once, and so you have to like wipe off the lid.
Yes.
And I swear to God, I have never drank a can of anything without wiping it off first. And I heard that probably in 4th grade. Like, that really changed my life. And so I need all of you to start wiping off your cans, because I think one time a rat like shit on the top of it, and it literally ruined my life.
I have heard that many a times, and I've been told many a times to stop drinking directly out of a can.
I drink out of it, but you just have to wipe off the top at least.
Yeah. I know lots of people that refuse to drink out of it because of this.
It's so nasty.
Whether it is true or not.
Yikes.
Well, that's what we learned today.
Anyway.
All right. Can we talk about the 15-year-old girls from Jersey?
Absolutely.
Let's give them some shout outs. All right. We have Kaylin Peluso, Jessica Wong, and Sophia Eleni Kekelas. I'm so sorry for butchering your names. Yeah, those are our 3 15-year-old girls. I love these characters.
Same.
And I almost wish we had more of them and less of the dudes.
Yeah, honestly, hard agree. You know I love a rebellious teen. Like, that's my shit. Like, I love it. I don't want to say the lines. What?
I want their story. Like, I want their episode.
It was kind
Let's
of
see this whole thing from...
It was kind of reminding me of the girls in, I don't remember the name of the episode, but it's where they went to find their dads. You know which one I'm talking about?
Course.
And they're like, we love him. Like, we want to have lunch with him.
It's the James Vanderbeek episode.
Yeah, that's what they kind of were giving me that energy, and I really liked it. And I have I have one quote from them, but I feel like I should save it.
All right. Oh man. Doreen says Jersey breakdown vibes. Nice. Good call. And Alexa says that we're cracking her up today. My kid keeps asking what I'm laughing at. First of all, don't fucking let your child hear us.
Honestly, do it. Maybe like culture them a little.
We are the worst for children to listen to. Also,
we're teaching them important life skills. Now the kids gonna start wiping their can down. So you're welcome, Alexa's child.
I think what's blowing my mind is that we have audience members who have children.
Yeah. I love how I don't have kids, but I'm influencing the youth still through this platform.
Listen, I spend my Sunday mornings molding the minds of children, and then I come here and talk about how much I fucking hate them. Doreen says, waiting for Noah to start rebelling since he's aged so quickly. Is he a damn teenager already?
He literally has. Didn't he like say he didn't want olives? Hasn't he like physically got into an altercation with her before?
First of all, you're killing me. You're killing me.
I'm
the chat,
hey guys, I don't know what's happening.
And you are making me lose my shit today. Okay. Noah is 12 or 13 now. He's started to rebel a little bit. I look forward to the day.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
Fuck, I was gonna say something awful. Oh, I'm not gonna say it. All right.
Anyway, now, no, I'm not gonna say that. For those of you listening, the podcast is still going on. Yael is broken. I have broken her. And she can't catch her breath. So I'm just going to narrate so you know that we're still here and she's okay to lead a host again.
I'm crying. Oh my God, I was going to say something fucking awful.
Say it.
I can't get the words out. Oh my God. Move along.
You want me to take over the ship right now and captain the ship? Okay, guys. Well, is there anything else we want to talk about on the main storyline?
No, let's move to the lines.
Let's go on to best lines. Okay. I'll take over. I have so many. Chimney, you be at home alphabetizing your merit badges. The Girl Scouts of America is a good organization. I learned a lot there. I really liked that exchange, and the fact that he gave her a merit badge was actually pretty funny, but I still don't want them to get together.
Agreed.
I thought that was funny though. Sorry, it's members only. Oh, that's right. Where are my manners? Boom! Pulls out shotgun. Just like her entire speech, but I found condoms in his briefcase I really liked from that exchange. Finally, calm down, you're hysterical.
Yes.
Legendary. Alice Wolcott, novice skeet shooter, used her husband's genitals as a clay pigeon. Harold and his friend were sitting there like Renaissance popes, pants down. The one who clipped her husband's nuts with a birdshot. Okay, here's my 15-year-old girl line.
Yes.
It was just oral. I was promised a Balenciaga bag.
Yes.
For you. Sweet. I loved this one too. Some of the members thought it'd be a period appropriate to appoint some nymphets. They were a decorative part of the scenery. It was very Dionysian.
Oh my fucking God.
You know what? That was some shit that the King and the Moon guy would have said.
Yes. King of the Moon.
Giving me Bradley Whitford, yeah. Became Italian last time I saw you. Finally, just the happy anniversary, sweetheart, was like so sinister and like such a cutting way that he delivered that. Okay, this is really bad of me to like find really funny, but I just did, because it was when Velasco and his boy Chili were talking, and they were reminiscing about when they shot whoever they shot. I don't know. I can't even keep it straight. And he goes, "Remember, that's when he said, 'No, por favor.'" I was like, "That's the deep line that stuck with you, is him saying 'No, por favor.'" Yeah, of course he would have said that. You're about to shoot. But just the way that they made it seem like that was such a line that stuck with them. "No, por favor." I was like, okay. And then finally, in the flattest voice possible, "My husband is choking." Someone right away.
Yes.
Just no emotion.
Yeah.
She couldn't even fake it, girl. Fake it. They record those.
Right. I had the same thought about that one. My one quote is actually from this show and not from the SVU, and it was "No cops at Pride," just Alice Wolcott.
Novice skeet shooter.
I love that.
Used her husband's genitals as a clay pigeon.
Oh man. We have, oh God, you guys are so funny in the chat. Benson's look when he said nymphets. Yeah.
What are you talking about? We're crazy. Why are they saying shit like that in Renaissance popes?
These girls were originally hired as hostesses and then nymphets. First of all, you could just use the excuse models. And second of all, I don't know about the work permit situation in New York, but in like California, for example, at 15, you cannot work a full-time job. You cannot work more than 4 hours a shift. Like, I think there's work visa questions here that I want answers to on how we hired these girls. Right?
You guys have class?
Yeah.
You guys have homework to be doing?
Right. Yeah. All right. Moving on to our next segment. Whew, I'm so glad I've been able to breathe now. We don't have any new reviews. I have no show news.
I do have to say one more thing. I don't even know where this would go. I thought it was the most hypocritical thing in the whole world when Olivia said the only thing worse than a partner with no loyalty is one with blind loyalty. That was your whole thing for like 12 years, babe. You are a hypocrite.
Yes.
And I feel like if she said that with any kind of self-awareness, like, okay, no, she just saying, be honest. Be honest with yourself.
This whole loyalty conversation that we've been having all season, right? Like it started with Muncie and the gangs and all that shit. And then it gets to Churlish and wherever the fuck she lies. And now it's to Velasco and whatever's going on. I don't understand all this loyalty shit. And it takes me back to, I don't even remember what episode, where I pointed out that the police are a gang.
Said it last week, I think.
Was it last week? I don't know. The past month has been a blur. Police are a gang, and this is the most like gang behavior shit I've ever seen. And coming from Benson, it's confusing.
Yeah, and it's just like with the partner thing. I'm like, do you know how much you and Elliot used to do for each other like this?
Right.
Like, here's the thing, and I'm not one of those people. I'm really not. I like them, I ship them, whatever. But I'm not like, oh my god, we didn't get a mention. Like, I don't care. But like, be self-aware enough to at least like quote an example from your own life or allude to it, because you just look silly when you say things like that without reckoning with your own faults in terms of that kind of thing.
True. I think that there is so much more that could have been said in the situation that wasn't about this blind loyalty to your partner, right? Like there's so many other problems and things, right? Like him and Muncie need to learn to work with other people, right? He needs to learn to be able to trust Churlish, and Churlish needs to be able to trust him. Like there's so many other things that could have been said, but this entire thing about loyalty is just weird and uncomfortable and feels very accurate to the police, but feels nowhere accurate to SVU.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Weekly poll for those who have never joined us before. We do a weekly poll. Well, Taylor does a weekly poll somewhere on the social medias. You still doing it on Twitter?
I am.
All right.
So last week we asked you who your favorite new squad member, I mean, some of them aren't technically on the squad yet, but whatever.
Yeah.
Same difference. Was coming in dead last is Joe Velasco with 0% of the vote.
Wow, really?
Yikes. In third place.
You should definitely send the results of this poll to the team who writes the show.
Voted. It's not like the hugest sample size, but still.
Because everyone left Twitter.
Yeah, not me.
Right.
I'm still hanging on my thread. In third place, second and third were really close. Muncie was in third place with 23.5% of the vote.
Oh.
Churlish was in second place with 29.4% of the vote. And by an overwhelming margin, we have Bruno with 47.1% of the vote. I honestly think our top three people there, I really like all of them. And I'm very happy to see all three of them. The last one's not the worst we've ever had. Like, I will give them that. Like, there's been worse, but there has been better too, you know?
I almost just want to see everybody go undercover so that we can like them all.
Yeah. Let him be the little Uber driver again, and then we'll talk.
Yeah. All right. Cool. And what poll do we want to do this week?
Wow. What a good question.
Oh, I'm not doing the thing. Hold on. Boop, there it is.
Weekly poll. Does anyone have any suggestions in the comments?
Yeah, if you're in the chat watching.
You think Chili should have been arrested?
Good.
I have to say, they spelled it different this week in the subtitle, so I don't know if you spell it like the food or like the They spelled it like the food this week, at least once.
Oh, good.
So,
I'm so glad.
Maybe I'll ask if Chili should have been arrested, and everyone's going to say yes, but then they didn't listen to our show because I was very persuasive.
You were very persuasive.
Points. I did mock trial.
I don't know if that should be the poll.
Okay, I can use that as a Cops
Back
at
up.
Pride or Alice Wilcott?
Who is your favorite character in this episode? Alice or Alice's shotgun?
Or Harold?
Harold! All right.
We'll figure something out.
We will figure something out.
Maybe.
In the meantime, what did we learn? Oh, I learned that I crack myself up so much that I literally was about to start crying. Not just like laughing, crying,
But
like
you
was
were
about to
not
start
well.
sobbing.
You
No.
were not okay. I learned that I really like the Maxwell and Benson dynamic. And I learned that Churlish needs to not be eating limes anymore. Crazy bitch. So yeah. And I learned no cops at Pride, just Alice Wolcott.
Seriously.
And I said that, and I'm the one who taught everyone, but I learned it too, you know?
Yeah. Fuck, what did I learn? All right, I learned that justice may be blind, but it's not entirely heartless. However, you will see how heartless I can be if this conversation ever comes back to haunt me. Yeah, I think I learned that I can still be surprised, I guess. Because Lorraine Maxwell's story did surprise me, right? Like the fact that she wasn't a hypocrite surprised me.
Yeah.
And that she didn't need some coaxing to like turn her perspective. She was on our side. And that she was willing to let him die.
My husband is choking. Come right away, please.
Yeah.
Like, she needed to pull out the acting chops of Allison Williams in Get Out, where she's on the phone. Have you seen Get Out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, like she's like sitting in her bed, like pretending to be so hysterical, straight face. That's one of my favorite performances. And I'm like, why did she pull one of those? It's so great.
Great conversation happening in the chat. Lizette asks, who is worse than Velasco? And Alice Jones coming in with the clutch. Stone.
No, exactly. That's my thoughts 100%. I was so sick of him by the end of it.
This reminds me, Alice beautifully said, reminds me of, was it last week when no, oh my goodness. It was this episode. I said it while watching it live. So my rewatch today was in fast forward because I didn't particularly love this episode. But I forgot the moment that I did love. Friends. I can't believe I missed it. When Velasco and Chili are talking at the bar, and Chili says to him, "You're a cop," and he lifts his shirt to prove that there's no wire. In that moment, I went, "Oh shit, it's Stone." Does anyone recall what I used to say about Stone?
He's only useful with his shirt off.
And then Velasco shows us his abs, and I went, "Oh, I like Velasco."
That's so funny because I gotta be so honest. I'm so gay. I did not even notice, pay attention, look. I was not. It did nothing for me, unfortunately. So bisexual until proven otherwise. This is the proven otherwise moment, everyone. Okay.
What can I say? I like abs on any gender. Doreen in the chat says abs. Yes. When in doubt, show the abs. 100%. Yeah, that was the moment that I went, "Oh, he's Stone. He's Stone." Alexa agrees. Just pretty to look at. This poor actor.
My Alexa just.
Sorry, Alexa.
My machine downstairs has heard you.
I'm sorry.
That's really funny. It's okay.
I mean, she's listening.
She's always listening. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it for this. Ooh, I'm dying. There's a new episode next week, so we'll be back for the new episode. Yeah. We don't have a poll. I guess, could you do a not a poll, but a question?
Sure.
What or how should Noah rebel?
He's already. I want him to. What I was gonna say earlier.
Yeah. Before I died.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This is never gonna happen on the show. But Churlish needs to chill out. Like, what if Noah gives her the weed? I'd watch that. I think that'd be the funniest thing in the whole world.
I would love that.
Let's go.
I would absolutely love that. That would be so funny.
Okay, now I'm so sorry. We're like prolonging this, but this is so important. I don't remember the details. Okay, wasn't he in a dog cage?
Now, let me see if I can get through those words without dying again. You know that my head went there, and I went, he's going to rebel and tell us what he's into.
No, don't. He's a child, Yael.
Oh, fuck. All right.
I can't. I literally can't. I literally cannot. With Hudson.
He's going to go to Hudson. Give us a time jump.
That's how he's going to... Yes. Hudson, you.
Oh, man. Fuck.
School bake sale gone wrong. Put that up there on the screen. Yes.
Love it. Love it.
That would actually be so funny. That'd be a wild case.
Yeah.
Maybe Michelle Gomez had her drugs in there.
So good. All right. Exactly. Could we do Who Is Worse, Stone or Velasco?
Yeah. I think we could do that.
Or, I mean, this episode was very similar to other episodes. We compare them. I don't know. Pick a poll, Taylor.
Okay,
that's your job. Your job is the poll. Go
on Twitter and you'll find out what it is.
All right. Where on Twitter can they find you in the poll?
Well, great question. You can find me on Twitter at @alphaba_, and you can also find me on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_.
Thank you, Taylor. And thank you to everyone who joined us live in the chat. I know we went fucking wild today.
This was like just a comedy show today.
Alex, I don't want to say her name, but the one who started talking when I said the thing, says that she has her AirPods in. Yeah, so her kids can't hear the shit that I've said, which is fucking fantastic. But I want to give, Stronger Alarmy says best road trip episode.
Okay.
We've got the one in Intent. Here, I'm going to tell you all of them. The one in Intent, because I fucking love that one. We have the one where they go to pick up the medical examiner. What was his name? Rudnick. If you want to go old school, we have an episode.
What's the one where and there's two episode names that I get confused. There's Philadelphia and there's Florida, and one of them has a road trip in it, but I don't remember which.
Florida.
Isn't that her brother or something?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I believe that's the one with the road trip because they think he's in Florida, but it's not Florida, it's something else. Yeah. There's one where Benson and Amara go to Miami, says Doreen. There's
Chicago, they must have crossed over in Chicago.
Oh, for sure. There's definitely Chicago's. There's also, if you want to go very old school, there's oh my god, I'm thinking of like 5 Munch episodes. There's one where Munch goes up to the like really religious Jewish community, and in somewhere in New York State, I believe. Oh my god, sorry, my head is being overwhelmed.
One, and I didn't like this episode, but I weirdly vividly remember it. Didn't Finn go to Cuba or something?
Yes. Gone Fishing is the name of that episode.
Fishing.
But that one wasn't a road trip. That's just Finn going to Cuba.
Well, yeah, but he traveled out of state.
Travel and road trips are two different things.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sure you had to drive to the airport.
If you want to go with travel and not road trips, there's the one where Benson is undercover with the eco-terrorists.
I love that episode. Oh my god, yeah, I love that episode. There's also the one where she's on a plane, because I remember, and this was the biggest drama of like 2014, where she was holding someone's hand and it was like, who's the hand?
Oh, right. Yes, where she goes to Paris with Tucker eventually.
Was that it?
I don't recall.
We won't
I
use
don't
that
recall.
one, but I just think that was one of the biggest Twitter moments.
I remember it. It never
Yeah.
went anywhere.
Yeah, but the hand.
Maybe
was
that wasn't
such. I don't
Paris
think
with
that was
Tucker.
Paris.
Because Paris with Tucker, Noah was there as well.
Wasn't it Hayden?
I don't think it was Hayden.
Who was that? Cassidy Bahamas. That would make sense, maybe.
Cassidy trip to the Bahamas. What?
Was he the hand? Who was the hand, guys?
I don't know, but I miss Cassidy.
Of course you do. You always do. I miss Casey Novak, okay? We all miss someone.
Lizette earlier brought up Kim Graylick, and I forgot.
Oh my god, ew.
Whoa.
Kim Rollins, however. On the other hand.
All right. I'm sorry, everybody. Taylor told you where to
Yeah, where
find
can
her.
we find you, actually?
I'm on Instagram at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And that's it right now. Yep. Oh, also like, subscribe, give us 5 stars, do all the things. Thank you to everyone who comments on our YouTube. I love that. And to everybody who DMs me on Instagram. I love that as well. I know I don't always respond, but I do love it. And I read everything. So thank you. Thanks for joining us. I'm sorry I went a little crazy and suggested that Noah might be into some real extreme BDSM.
Oh, wow.
I said it. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.